What's up, guys? Mr. Dan here, back again with a sort of an out of the theater reaction. It was actually yesterday that my brother and I went to see Alien in the theater, 45th anniversary of Alien. I did not see that in the theater originally. I was a little bit too young for that. Uh, but, first time I saw it, I fell in love with it. I love the whole, well, obviously the franchise has highs and lows, but I do like the overall concept. I love Alien. I love aliens. I felt like I knew it like the back of my hand, all the dialogue and everything. I've seen it so many times. Watched it with my son a while ago. He had no idea what was coming during the infamous scene. I do intend to watch Aliens with him this summer when he gets home, so that should be fun. But you wouldn't think that it was like it could be fresh and new, but it was. It kept my interest the whole time. Pacing in the beginning is a little slower than maybe modern day films, but I didn't mind it. I like it. It really builds up the suspense. Let me just talk about the experience first. Saw some good trailers. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It was a pretty long one, uh, and yet it didn't. And I saw some new things, but yet it still didn't really give anything away. So I appreciate that. Also, there was a movie for a trailer for a movie called Tarot, which kind of reminded me of Talk to Me. The tarot cards are a vehicle for communicating with the supernatural. I don't know, but it could be good. You never know. It could be good. There was a trailer for Furiosa. It looked pretty good. I'm a little hesitant about some of the CGI with you got cars spinning out. I would like to see cars spinning out like they did in Mad Max and the Road Warrior. And you could use CGI for some of the other stuff, but it doesn't look like we're really going to get that. But it looks pretty wild. Like I think it'll be good. There was also an interview with Ridley Scott, conducted by Fede Alvarez, and they did show a trailer for Romulus, so that definitely looks pretty good. I'd heard a lot of the stories from Alien, about the making of Alien before, but there were still some interesting points. When he was shooting the ship of the model of the ship, it just didn't look right. He thought it looked like too small. It looked goofy. The miniatures weren't working. So he got like a 35 millimeter camera, shot it, and then used a video camera to record it. So when they're looking through the monitor and they see it, it looks like kind of grainy. Then it appeared kind of ominous. I thought that was interesting. And they talked about the music. Of course, on the way I was trying to remember the music. I had this little guy on the dashboard, of course, being me. Oh wait, wrong movie. I had some horrible dream about smothering. It's like it's not the easiest music to like hum to yourself, but when you're watching, the film, it's so darn good. I mean, it's perfect. Uh, just really amazing. The sound. What a difference seeing it in the theater, And even when I was a kid, a lot of the theaters. So I went to the mall down the street for me. It's now like an eightplex or something. Really nice seats, RPX, and all this stuff. Originally, it was a theater, and then by the time I started going there to see movies, they had chopped it in half to make two theaters to make more money. So it was like each one was like a long hallway. The sound was, back in those days when they did that, the sound wasn't good. So even back then, I don't think I would have had the experience that I had yesterday seeing this movie. Just little tiny things, little pieces of conversation in the background. Because sometimes they talked over each other a little bit. I was like, I thought I knew all the dialogue, and I kept hearing little bits of it, and I was like, wow, I guess I just missed that. And then even like the background sets, when Brett is about to be, 86th, and he's looking around, I just noticed like the background walls, the detail, all the texture. It's such a lived-in ship. This kind of this concept of this movie being about like truck drivers in space rather than like a shiny, vision of the future. Like all the Star Wars knockoffs tried to do. Those haven't stood the test of time. This has. And then there was like vehicles in it when they went to the lower levels. There was like a little vehicle and then another thing like the size of a tank or something. But it had a bunch of crap on it because if you weren't using it, you have all this crap. You would put crap on it. It looks so lived in. The sets look great. Uh, the sound was fantastic. Like I said, when Ash was about to get decapitated, there, the gurgling sounds he was making were just really amazing. And then when Lambert, and I guess I should say spoilers, but come on now, guys, this movie's been out a couple decades. Uh, After Lambert presumably buys it, well, she buys it. Ripley's running down the hall, and she's still on the mic, and you could hear like that death. Like I've never heard it like that before. It was like really creepy and cringy, and stayed with you really. I mean, it was amazing. Just an amazing experience. And let's just take a look real quick at my little figure here. It's just a Walmart figure. Yeah, for a Walmart figure, this isn't bad. Here's the, it's got the little, of course I had this on my finger the whole time because I'm a nerd like that. But this is what it came in, this box here. I didn't even take the guy out yet. This is cardboard here. I think that's pretty clever. Even this little thing is cool. I'll cut that apart and use that. But yeah, the actual alien, I mean, his wrist turnaround for a Walmart figure, it's pretty wild. I mean, you can really move the heck out of this thing. Tail moves. Really cool. The mouth doesn't do anything. It's not like one of those ones where the second set of mandibles come out or anything like that. But very cool. And, you know, what this film really almost convinced me to do is maybe ease off on the physical collecting of movies. And in my next video, excuse me again, in my next video, I'm going to talk about, like, you know, some of the mistakes I've made with double dipping and double ordering and things like that. But, and maybe shoot for just more of a better home viewing experience. You know, I got some 4K editions, you know, go the 4K route. You know, you can see I'm one that I'll watch movies from the 70s, even if they don't look great. It reminds me of when I watched them in the 70s. Having said that, for some films, yeah, you want the total immersive viewing experience. That's what my brother and I were talking about yesterday. It seemed like it was like an immersive experience. So yeah, I'm really thinking about, I'm going to try to maybe get a separate TV, 4K, good sound system, and that's probably the route I'm going to go as a result of seeing this. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of older films in the theater. They Live, a couple older Hammer films. I made a video about that. Enter the Dragon. This is the one that really seemed the most different to me, though. Or like I picked up on things that I hadn't picked up on before. You know, Enter the Dragon, yeah, it was a little easier to spot Jackie Chan in there on the big screen because you know he's in there somewhere, right? But most of those scenes are outside. But like in this film, you can really focus on the sets and just notice things that I had never noticed before, despite the many, many times I'd seen this. Okay, what are your thoughts, guys? Have you seen any classic films in the theater lately on the big screen? Anybody get to see Alien on the big screen? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Later.